Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on our Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so guys, your choices as usual now are between piles 1, 2, or 3. We are keeping it simple. So choose whichever pile you're attracted to, or whatever number, whatever picture, and that will be your reading. Don't forget to check out the timestamps on the video. If you do want a full reading, you can head over to my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or by any of the socials. Just letting you know, coming up to end of year, I am going to be doing Christmas vouchers that might be great stocking stuffers for you to give to people or for yourself. There'll be more details of that coming. But for now, let's get into the video. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free weekly reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. Okay, so this is good. This is getting on top of emotions this week, which is always handy, always a good thing. Now, look, let me just adjust these cards. Okay, so straight off the bat, they're getting on top of emotions. This could be one of two things. Well, it could be both, actually. The first thing is that with the emotions like this, it could be like beware of your emotions. Coming up to end of year, we are very burnt out and frazzled. There's a lot going on. Our tempers or our emotions could be more volatile than they normally are. So it is kind of like keep an eye on your emotions and make sure that you're keeping yourself in check. This isn't criticism. This isn't anything about, this is more for your own peace of mind, because if you're going around and you're, a little bit more grumpy than usual or quick to explode, that can cause problems for you with your interactions with people around you. And then, then afterwards, when you calm down, you feel like crap because you bit somebody's head off that didn't deserve it. And then you have to go and make peace. And, what do people think of me? I don't want to be that person. And so it is kind of like, just be wary of your emotions. Now, the main part that I'm getting from this card is actually that you are going to get on top of your emotions, okay? So if you've been really down or really angry or whatever, I feel like this is almost you're coming out of that situation and you are like, okay, well, I'm going to get on top of this. I'm not going to let myself feel like crap anymore. Not like going to let people put me down or get to me or whatever. So this is what you need to be doing. Now look, the reason why that actually ties in, the reason why I feel like that you're getting on top of this is because you're just feeling that like something needs to change. There needs to be a change. There's good things coming. And whether you believe that or not, there are good things coming. And whether or not you get on top of these emotions, there's also that feeling that if you don't do something about getting on top of these emotions and then something bad is coming. Like if you continue to be angry all the time, you're going to step over the line sooner or later or make a problem, make a bigger problem. So this card is the illusion card, okay? So I want to say that look, to me, I got this as a very positive card before I stopped to go, okay, well, this is what this card means. I want to say to you that this card is a symbol that good things are coming, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that it's not an illusion. There are good times ahead, okay? Now, look, I just feel that this is very, very positive. I feel like it's almost like the universe is going to reach out and give you a hand, okay? That there is a lot of good just ahead for you. Okay, so we've got the mind, body, and spirit balance card, okay? So again, this is getting on top of things. This is getting on top of your emotions. Once you get your emotions in check, let's face it, that's one of the hardest things in the world to do, is get your head in the right spot. Get on top of those emotions, okay? But once you do, I feel like things are going to be moving ahead. Sometimes we get stuck in, regardless what the emotion is, let's just go with depression. Sometimes we get so depressed that we can't get out of bed, we don't feel joy, nothing brings us happiness, there's no point. But just like anything else, that that depression, there comes a point where we get enough energy to be able to go, okay, I'm going to snap myself out of it. I have to snap myself out of this, otherwise I'm never going to get out of bed again. And once we do that, we start to feel stronger and better, and we clear our head, and then, you know, we happen to go for a walk around the block just to get some fresh air, and we start to feel good, and we start to see things, and we start to smile. Look, this is just a general what happens, you know, this is just psychological at this point. But what it is saying that is, if you utilize the energy that you have right now into getting on top of your emotions, then it's going to be like 50-50. You put in 50% of the effort, well, that's 100% to you. But the universe, I feel like, is going to give you the other 50% to really help you head in the right direction. So again, you're stuck in, this is an emotional state, but you are stuck in that, you know, if you help yourself out of this situation, the universe is going to help you as well. That's what this is. And this is you being happy. This is balance. This is everything that you're striving for. The way you're wanting to feel and be is here. Now, I'm going to say something about emotions versus reality here. That's not directly tied into your reading, but it is good to realize, without our mental health, without our emotions being in check, nothing is ever going to be good enough. You know, you can be a multi-trillionaire, but if you're unhappy, then none of it matters. Just like right now, most of us aren't millionaires, but we still get depressed, and like a lot of that has to do with money, let's face it, or not having what we want. But if you're not happy with if you're not happy in general, nothing you have, nothing you do is ever going to be enough. So keep that in mind. If you're really in a great headspace, but your car's breaking down, it's just like, oh, whatever, you know, cars, what can you do? I'm going to deal with that. You know, if you're in a positive headspace, then it doesn't matter what you do or don't have, because you're happy. That's the most important thing in life, is the happiness, is finding that happiness. And that's what life is actually about, finding your happy. Now, that's not tied into material possessions. It really isn't. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, how many times you hear of multi-millionaires or famous people committing suicide, or going through depression and heavy into drugs because, for whatever reason, they aren't happy. It doesn't, you know, that saying that money doesn't buy happiness, well, I'm not a 100% believer of that, because yes, money can take off the pressure and make us very happy. But at the end of the day, if you're not feeling happy or content or whatever you want to say, then nothing you have or don't have is going to matter. So that's what this is really about, getting yourself in that positive headspace, okay? And it's not saying, this was the advice card, the rest is saying it's actually going to happen. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So look, this is the last card for you. This is the springtime card, and it's upside down. This is saying there does need to be a little bit more work here, okay? So you are going to go through this, come out on the feeling better and stronger and all of that. But this card, I feel like it's saying, remember what you do in order to get out of this funk that you're in. What do you tell yourself? What are you physically doing? What are you putting in place that has actually helped you get out of this? And these are called coping mechanisms. And next time you're in a position, because yes, we all go through these ups and downs, then you'll remember, okay, well, last time I felt like this, I just took the day off work, I put on my favorite music, and I danced around the house in my pajamas like an idiot, but it made me feel good. That's a coping mechanism. If that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. That's what this is kind of saying. There's work to be done in the sense of what works for you. How do you get out of this funk? Is it talking to your best friend? Is it going for a hike? Is it just switching off all electronics and sitting in the dark for a day? Like, what is it? What have you done in the past to make yourself happy to get out of these funks? And what are you... This is kind of for the end of the week, or the end of this period. Once you're feeling better, what did you do to help yourself get out of that? And just remember, in order to get out of a bad situation, whether it's emotional, financial, physical, whatever, it's a series of baby steps, okay? baby steps. So one step at a time. So don't try and do anything massive. If you're having trouble getting out of bed, then just be like, okay, well, I'm going to concentrate on laying here for the next 10 minutes and then I'm going to get up. And I'm going to put my feet on the floor. If I put my feet on the floor and I don't want to get up, then I can get back into bed. But that's step one, putting your feet on the floor. And then, you know, okay, well, I'm going to stand up. And once you stand up, yes, you can completely collapse back on your bed, or you can choose to go and get a glass of water, which means you have to walk across the room. I'm using this as an example, but these are step-by-step ways of getting yourself out of the funk. Everybody works differently. Everybody's on their own individual spiritual journey, so it is important. Alright guys, I really hope that helped. If you do want a full reading, you can make an appointment on my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or through any of the socials. I will be live at 7 p.m. on TikTok on Sunday nights. And I am looking at doing some more videos coming up to do with guided meditation to help with different things. Don't freak out. I'm going to be doing like a 5-minute one, a 10-minute one, and we'll work up to like an hour one, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'd like to get into meditation. It's supposed to be good, but I don't have I wouldn't be able to sit there for an hour. No. Meditation isn't about how long you do it. It's about what you do during that 5 minutes. So keep tuned. I hope this helps. And until next week, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. Okay, now that's not the best card to start off on I'm afraid. Now this is the home card. This is a wish card. It is upside down. So it's saying, look, to me it's saying that there are some things that you need to get in order on the home front, okay? Excuse me. Now, I will be completely honest. I'm sorry to say, but this does indicate that there is a wish that's not going to come true. And now, again, this is just a very brief, general, short, not important type sort of reading. I'm saying that in the sense that this isn't like you're going to never find love, or, you know, one of your big dreams like that. No, it's just saying that something's not going to work out the way you're wanting it to, so have a backup plan, which is just smart in general anyway, okay? But this is more so, home is where the heart is, so it's something close to you. It does feel like it's like you need to sort something out. You need to sort whatever this situation is that's going on around you. You need to sort it out one way or the other. So let's say that it is romantic. Maybe you're fighting with your partner. You need to sort it out one way or the other. Either communicate and work through the problems, or break up, whatever it may be. You need to do something to get everything in order, okay? This is the emotion card. Now it is upside down, so it is kind of advice here. Take emotion out of the equation. Think of the situation as logically, and that will help you through it. So again, let's use this. The perfect example is a relationship, okay? So look, take the emotion out of it. Yes, you love this person, or you know, you may, whatever it may be, but if you keep fighting the way you are, logically, if you've communicated, if you tried to change everything and you're just butting heads, then logically it's not going to work out. You need to take that emotion out and make that logical decision. So I'll give you another example. Relationship, you want children, your partner doesn't, or your partner wants children and you don't, and there's like, how does that relationship move forward? It's going to get to the point where like one or the other is going to leave. So you need to take emotion out of, you know, I love you. You've got to take that away and go, well, this isn't going to work out because you want children and I don't, or you want to move to Brazil and I want to stay here in Australia, whatever. You need to take emotion out of that and think logically. Okay, so this is kind of the illusion card. It is upside down, so this is kind of saying that this is the situation, okay? There's no getting around it. What you're foreseeing, what you're seeing with this situation, it's kind of like, I feel like there are hard decisions that need to be made. Again, I'm going to stick with the metaphor of a relationship. It's kind of like, you know, fighting, bickering, back and forth. Your partner isn't, look, we outgrow people throughout our entire lives in relationships. We outgrow people, you know, we settle down and it's like, okay, well, this is what I want. I want to settle down, have kids, and that's it. But your partner might be like, no, I don't want kids. I want to travel the world and I want to do this, that, and the other. Me personally, if I shudder to think about having a partner that wants to travel the world. Like, I personally would do it, but it's not on my bucket list. It's not a desire that I have. Sure, I want to go to America and I want to go to Ireland, but traveling all around the world, that'd be beautiful, but it seems exhausting and expensive to me. I would prefer to just settle down and get everything in my life on track properly, and that's what I'd be happy with. So if I was with somebody that goes, no, I want to travel next year and I want to do this, that, and the other, I'm going to take a year off work, like, I just wouldn't, I personally just wouldn't be able to handle that. I'd be like, well, no, I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. Like, I can do my business from anywhere on the planet, but I have my setup here. And so it's kind of this situation that we're talking about for you. Whether it be a relationship, it might be a job. You might be, stop it, Baba, stop it, okay? Good girl. Sorry, she's got the itchies. It could be work related. You could have hit the ceiling. As far, you could be like, well, there's nowhere else to go in this company. I've reached the highest pinnacle, or it's going to take 30 years for somebody to retire before there's an opening. Like, there's nowhere more I can go within this company. Maybe it is kind of, well, you need to take the emotion out of how much you love that company, how much you put time and energy you've put into it, and your co-workers, all those good things. You might have to put that aside and think logically, well, I do need to move on. And that's what this card is saying. You can already see that there's nothing more you can do here. You need to move on. And that's what what this illusion card is saying, is that you've probably already seen that. You've already noticed it. You already know what's ahead. So you need to make those hard decisions and go, well, as much as I love this place, or I love this person, or I love this situation, I do need to take a step back. I do need to do something else. I need to move on. Okay, so the final card here is, okay, so look, this is communication. It's also the card for legal paperwork. What I'm getting from this is that you need to cut ties. So this is ending communication. Okay, so whether it be, okay, I need to break up with this person, you're cutting ties, you're severing that communication, that connection there. Whether it be job-wise, you're severing that work contract, that legal paperwork. This is basically saying severing ties. Okay, so this is kind of what you need to do. So regardless of what this situation is, severing ties doesn't mean that you, like, if you break up with your partner, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't keep in contact and be friends or whatever, but it is severing that relationship contract. Okay, you know, if you do leave your job and get another job, doesn't mean that you can't still have a relationship with your co-workers and continue to have a friendship there, but it just means you're severing that work tie. Okay, so it is, this week it is about getting your house in order. So yeah, look, not the best reading, but unfortunately this is what the universe feels that you need to know. So yeah, look guys, if you do want a full reading, you can contact me through my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or through the socials. I will be live on TikTok 7 p.m. every Sunday night. Yeah, look, I really do wish you the best of luck. It is excuse me, it is a hard thing to get through, but again, remember, this is just a short general reading, so this isn't major things. This could be as simple as, you know what, I don't want my magazine subscription anymore, or my subscription to Netflix, I need to get rid of it. Like, don't freak out too big or bad. This relates to everybody, even though it's a general reading, it relates to everybody a little bit differently, but there needs to be changes, and there needs to be a separation there. Alright guys, until next week, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose number 3, then this is your reading. Okay, separation again. Alright, this seems to be an ongoing, this seems to be a, this is so weird. To me, this is diagonal going, but to you guys, it's straight. Just shows that I'm not straight. Yeah, anyway, so this is the separation card, okay? This seems to be an ongoing situation for this week. Again, like as in the energy is hitting everybody in a very certain way. So look, this week it seems to be about separation, getting away from a bad situation. I feel like that this is a conscious decision, a conscious choice that you need to make. This isn't, I don't feel like this is about people leaving you and separating from you. I feel like that this is you needing to separate from a bad situation, whether it be a person, people. It could be time to leave work, time to stop thinking a certain way, but you need to separate yourself from a situation. Okay, look, this is the innocent, this is the children card upside down. This is, look, I need to say that if you've done anything wrong in this situation, or if you've made a bad decision or a bad choice, it's not saying beat yourself up about it, but it is say take ownership of it. So, like, we've all done it. Like, I put myself in a situation with a best friend of 10 years. She still owes me like $20,000. I put myself in that situation. It was my bad decision to trust this person or to invest this money with this person out of the goodness of my heart. Now that friendship has dissolved. I'm never going to see that money again. I am not going to beat myself up about it, but I am going to take responsibility that, look, I didn't choose to be taken advantage of, but I did choose to try and help my friend and try and change their direction. Just for the record, don't judge me. I did see it coming, which makes it even worse, but I was trying to help somebody out and try to change their life in a positive way, and they made all the wrong decisions, and I copped it as a result. But karma works in mysterious ways. Whatever. So this is about taking ownership of mistakes or things that you've done wrong. Nobody's perfect. We do make mistakes, and sometimes we do things wrong. Like, it's part of human nature. Okay, so this isn't about judgment. This isn't about judging yourself, but it is about taking ownership of, look, I made the decision. This could be like, okay, I went to work for a drug dealer. And now I need to separate myself away from that because I'm into drugs and I'm hanging around with the wrong different people, whatever. This is, okay, well, I take ownership. I made that decision, but I do need to separate myself from it, okay? I'm hoping that makes sense. Now, this card isn't just about innocence. It is about, look, it's the children card. So there may not be children around you specifically. If there are, they're going to be fine. But this is kind of like, look, you need to not worry about all those things that are kind of important to you. Like, don't worry about the, oh, well, I won't be able to buy the fancy clothes at the moment, or I won't be able to do this, or I won't be able to do that. Don't worry about that. You need to separate yourself for the bigger picture, okay? Focus on the bigger picture of separation. Don't worry about the little things. They will work themselves out. So look, this is, I never suggest anybody quit their job before having another job, but in that situation of, well, I need to leave that job, I need to leave, well, what about my bills, what about this, that, and the other? This is actually saying you don't need to worry about that right now. You need to make that decision to separate yourself, okay? Now, this definitely isn't work related, but I am giving you that as an example. That's why. Guys, this is big. This is like, you really do need to separate yourself, or I don't know if you can tell, but that is actually a gravestone. Okay, this is the addiction card. This is all these green clouds around it are all like all the negative energy. Okay, so this is kind of like, you need to get rid of it. You need to separate yourself. You need to stop this. You need to give it up. You need to walk away. Don't worry about the other things. Look, this could actually be talking about an addiction. You might need to give up drinking. And this is like the innocence card. This is like admitting that you have a problem. Okay, I do need help. I need to stop drinking. I need to walk away. And this is because there is an addiction here. Okay, so this isn't just drugs, alcohol, gambling. You can be addicted to people, places, things. If you're addicted to one thing, then you have an addictive personality and can be you'll find yourself being addicted to a lot of different things in different ways. This could actually, look, this could be as simple as you're addicted to a video game and you need to separate yourself from that and go, look, I've been making that choice to play this video game when I should be cleaning the house or concentrating on work or whatever, okay? This doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, I'm addicted to cocaine and I need to give this up. But this addiction card is saying, look, it is going to be trying to separate yourself from this, because it is something that I feel like I don't want to say that you love, because a lot of people are addicted to drugs and they don't specifically love it. It's now about the addiction. Same as smoking. You can be addicted to smoking but actually hate the fact that you smoke. Preaching. So look, this is, you need to do this. Now the good thing about this card is, if you can see, there's a bit of a love heart there. So it is like, that's like the ray of sunshine through the clouds. This is a sign that you can get through this, that you will get through this. And you've got to keep in mind, this is kind of like admitting that there is a problem. That's what I'm getting here. You've got to admit that there is a problem and separate yourself from it, okay? Now, the final card is the Older Man card. Now, this card has we'll turn it the right way up just to show. Okay, so the hole. He's hit rock bottom, he's climbed out of that hole, and now look how confident he is strutting off into the future. This is actually upside down, so it is saying that you do need to climb out of that hole. You do need to get away from this addiction, whatever this may be. Again, one of the easiest things, one of the easiest coping mechanisms people have, which is a bad coping mechanism when there's a problem, is blaming somebody else. Okay, this card is like, make sure that you take ownership of any mistakes or any choices that you've made. Again, it's not about judging. Even if you are addicted to heroin, okay, if you came to me and said, look, I'm addicted to heroin right now, I need to get out, I would not judge. I do not judge. Like, I don't know what your history is. I don't know what brought you to that point. I mean, rest in peace, Chandler Bing, Matthew Perry, who's sadly passed. He was a massive drug addict, which is not public knowledge. He's been clean and sober for like 20 years, but he even admitted that there were like 3 seasons of Friends that he has no memory of because he was off his face. The reason he got addicted to drugs was because he was in a skiing accident and he hurt himself, and he got addicted to prescription painkillers, which led to more and more things, which, like, I would never judge him. Like, I can't judge a person that's been in that situation. You don't know what it's like. So again, there's no judgment here, but there is the need to pull yourself out of that hole. So this, what I'm getting about with why I'm saying all of this, is one of the easiest coping mechanisms is to blame everybody else and to blame the world. And great, that might validate how you're feeling, but it is not a healthy way to be. It is, look, I made this mistake, I need to fix it. So that's the headspace that you need to be in, okay? You need to overcome what you're addicted to, what is plaguing you. You need to get through this. And this could be as simple as you're in love with somebody, a toxic person. You need to separate them. You need to understand that it's not your fault. You need to take ownership that you could, you know, you've been with this person too long because you do love them, but they are a toxic person and you need to get rid of them. Otherwise, whatever. So it is going to take some work to get yourself out of that hole, to work on yourself and heal. That's what I'm feeling here. But I do foresee that this is going to be a good outcome for you, as long as you put in that hard work. And the hard work to begin with, look, I always say, there's a saying, every person that has ever climbed a mountain has started with a single step. And that's what I'm saying here. And this step, even though it's a major one, is separating yourself from the problem, from the situation, taking that step back. Okay, but this is good advice. This is good that you're going to be able to get on top of this and out of this situation. All right, guys. I really do hope that helped. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me through my website, thegreenspsychic.com. If there is a serious problem here, please don't forget about Lifeline and Beyond Blue. There's always somebody to reach out to and talk to. Yeah, look, there's a world of help and support out there, especially when we don't feel that there is. There always is. Okay, so I really hope that helps. Until next week, blessed be.